Hello, 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 everybody. How is it going this afternoon? Hello, Daniel Berry Sports Highlight, and the other Sharon. Hello, hello. I'm glad you're in here this afternoon. I wanted to come in and say hello. Hearts to you too. Hearts to you too. I had all the stuff planned out, and I had a lot of things to talk about, and then boom, Smiley had something she had to emergency do. It's all good, and Smiley's good though. So I may come back on 2 or 3 times tonight. You may see me. I don't know. It is going to get hot tomorrow. It's hot today. It is hotter than Cooter Brown out there, if you ask me. But what do I know? Smiley don't know nothing. Smiley don't know nothing. And them mosquitoes are getting bad. Hey, Judy Smith. The mosquitoes are getting bad, and them flies. What do you call them flies? Them horse flies. Ugh. I must be allergic to those. They kill me. Hey, Deb C. and the other Sharon and Dandy Lioness and everybody coming in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope everybody is staying hydrated, drinking your water. I'm one to be telling somebody to drink some water. I need about 75 gallons a day to flush this fat away. I saw Josh the other day. I forgot what he said. He was putting some lemon in his water. I'm making some sassy water. Sassy water with lemon and cucumbers and mints. It's not peppermint. It's mint leaves. I couldn't find the peppermints. Yeah, mosquito. Yeah, they can. And we got a bunch of them around. And my arms already tore up from the dogs. And it's all kinds of things. I got 99 problems, and some of these people ain't one. How about that? I got the little problems. I don't sweat the small stuff. I got all these little problems that's 99, like the mosquitoes, the flies, all that stuff balled into one. I ain't thinking about this other stuff. Yeah, they will eat you alive. Let me tell you, I was sitting out last night till about 1:30 in the morning. Literally, I really was. Because I don't know, I do want to bring this to the forefront. If you haven't heard about Rachel Church, I'm not doing that here in this one. And I hadn't checked my mail in a couple of hours. But I actually spoke with the mom of her twice. And no, not Rachel. Did I say Rachel? I apologize. Oh my God, I apologize. Raquel. Raquel Church is another missing young girl out of Kentucky. And I just want to bring her name up right now. I have been passing out her flyers, as I have proudly seen others on Facebook and on here. It's a little kind of complicated, but I spoke with her mother. It was brought to me by somebody. They called me. They asked me, would I call her? Would I speak with her? She was waiting on my call, and I did. And then I found some information, and I thought it was urgent that I called her back. I asked her if she was asleep. So anyway, I talked to her around 1 o'clock in the morning to give her this information. It didn't pertain to, I needed to call the law because we don't know if this, person has anything to do with it or anything like that. But it was information that she needed to know. And, she needs to give it to the law, and she needs to do some, she knows what she needs to do with it. But Raquel is a beautiful young girl, and she went missing from her, or she left, I should say, from her friend's house. And we'll get into all of that later. And if you see her flyer or you see this on Facebook, please pass the flyer around. Hey, Texas lady. Everybody coming in. Jupiter's Trot and Astrology and everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome. I'm so sick and tired of all these kids missing, and it don't seem like anybody is doing much. Now, this one we're going to talk about today, Miya, this baby, this beautiful baby. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. I haven't really been talking about it. It's hard to do anything about babies. I've been watching this case. And I thought I'm in light of everything, I'm going to speak on it. I'm at least going to speak on it. Sad, 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 sad situation. And again, it's out of Kentucky as well. I have a video that I'm going to play, and then I have something, to pull up. Oh, it's okay. You get a little late slip too, or blah, blah, blah. Don't give me no excuses. I'm late. Blah, 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 blah. Blood in the blood in the blah, blah, blah. Go stand in that corner. I'm teasing. We just got here. But anyway, this baby is so precious. And honestly, in light of everything that I've been watching, and now arrests have been made, and it goes back to drugs. But in the meantime, where's the baby? Where's the baby? So she was last seen in April. Miya's who we're speaking of. She was last seen in April, said the state police. They say, this is what gets me. Her 3 older siblings were removed from the parents' home some time ago. And that Miya was supposed to be removed as well. Okay. Why didn't they get out to the hospital and remove that baby when she was born? If it would have been you or me, they'd have been standing at the hospital door. Now listen, I don't know all the facts. I don't agree a lot with, unless there's proven abuse and stuff like that, for DCF to go in and yank kids from their mamas and stuff like that, especially when they had the baby and all that. But today, I did a little research, and this is what I found. And what I can come up with, they should have removed that baby when she was born, because they took the other kids away due to abuse. So I'm assuming that the mom was still pregnant, and they were supposed to go remove Miya a few months later, because otherwise, why would they wait a few months later? The other children were removed November 23rd. See? Oh, Lord have mercy. Anyway, this is what I come up with. She's supposed to be removed as well. So, but on May 30th, family members, and this is again what I cannot understand about some of these family members, just like some of these other cases that I was talking about. I get so infuriated. Family members reported to the police they haven't seen her since late April. You hadn't seen her. Okay, let's just give you until April 30th. So a month has been gone. There's supposed to be this little baby. I think she's 8 months old? Crawling at least. Hey, Ann. No, you're fine, honey. I hope you're feeling okay. So crawling at the very least, but we know crying needs diapers changed. When you have a tummy ache, an earache, we done been through all this with the little babies. A month, and nobody thought to ask, where is this baby? Why is this baby just missing? Now, again, mind you, I'm just getting up to par on this case, but we're talking about a whole baby here. Okay, so they decide the family decides they haven't seen a baby. And so on May 30th, family members reported to the police they hadn't seen her since late April. To me, there's something wrong with this picture. To me, that's just me. Now, if I had a family member and they had a baby, I'd be so tickled and excited. But if I go to see it or they come to see me and where's the baby? Where's the baby? For real, I'm going to steal Dolly stuff. Where's the baby? I mean, where is the baby? Where's the baby? For real. And I ain't trying to be funny. Where is your baby? Where's the baby? Who's got the baby? Who in the world are you letting keep a 8-month-old baby? Where's the baby? Tell me, where is the baby? Where's the baby? It's not with you. Where is the baby? But a month? No, something ain't right. Hey, JV. So something ain't right there. So they reported it to police a month later. Then cadaver dogs were used to search near the family home. These cadaver dogs have been trained. We know what cadaver dogs are, but they specifically said for deceased bodies. The individuals, 3 individuals were arrested in this case of the missing 8-month-old Miya Tucker Rudd so far. And it all looks like family members. So to me, that's not looking very good. Something's very wrong here. Kentucky State Police said she has not been seen since the end of April, but they still hold out hope. Well, the only way you could really hold out hope is was she sold for some of them drugs they had been messing with, selling, maybe in debt to. I don't know, man. The most critical time in finding a child is the first 24 to 48 hours, but for a very little 8-month-old baby like that, I mean, who wants a baby for a debt? Come on, let's get real. They need money, not babies. Bingo. They don't want some, they're jonesing all the time. They don't want some crying ass baby, and I'm not being mean. They don't want to have to go out and feed them and get their bottle and their baby food and all this stuff. Can we get real here? I hope this baby's safe. I pray this baby's safe. My God. The dope dealers don't want no baby. Not no 8-month-old baby. In my opinion, allegedly, it's my thoughts, Smiley's thoughts. Yes, they were drug trafficking, Sharon. Now, did somebody get that baby and do something, or did they do something to that baby? I don't know. Yes, they was doing all kinds of drugs. It is not okay for people not to report their babies or their kids missing. Look at Casey Anthony. It is not okay. What is wrong with this world? What is wrong with these people? And it's getting worse every day. Sharon's right. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. It's not okay not to report. Or is it okay for society to get rid of children, any child? This is what I want to know. For any child, is it okay for them to just throw them away? Accident or a real unaliving or trafficking? or anything just for money? Is it okay? And is it okay for the cops or whoever just to look for them for a couple of weeks or just to get it in the news and let it go cold? Because is that what society has come to nowadays? I feel like nobody takes life of children 18 and under serious. There's not a care in the world. They're just like puppies that get older. They're cute when they're little, but when they get a little older, they just toss them and it's okay and all is right with the world. Nobody looks, or maybe they put on this, let's look for a bit, in my opinion, until it goes cold. Why is this not important? This is my question. What is important anymore? Why are lives not important? And most of all, why don't they do something about these people who are causing these problems with drugs and all this? Why? Miya's case is when cops launched a missing investigation at the end of May when being notified by a family member. Thank God that one family member had a little bit of sense. No, I don't think it's okay, Christina. Thank you. Christina said, hell no, it's never okay. I agree with you, girl. It's never okay. But first of all, why did it take so long to report her missing is my question. She was 8 months old. She is 8 months old. They've used cadaver dogs, but she was not located when they did a welfare check. Miya's parents and her grandparents have been arrested and charged with numerous crimes. Numerous. So the baby, David said, so the baby getting a hold of something wouldn't be far-fetched. That's right. It wouldn't be. Putting its little mouth on it. They pick up everything. Absolutely. Oh, yes, Miss Ann. She is a beautiful baby. Look at her little skin. Beautiful. You don't see many babies like that. Most babies are ugly. Don't tell nobody. Even mine. You think they're the most beautiful babies in the world. And then you look back and go, oh, God, that one was ugly too. I'm just saying. But we all think ours is the most beautiful babies in the world. And they are. Oh, my God. But it really did. It really does have beautiful skin. It's a beautiful baby. Beautiful baby. But it doesn't matter. The looks don't matter. It really don't. I'm just saying it really is a beautiful baby. Perfect in every way. It looked like, Lord only knows, probably the mom took drugs and stuff during pregnancy. I don't know that for a fact. That's just a thought. But maybe not. But maybe the little baby still would be perfect, you know? Maybe it wouldn't be addicted or anything is what I guess I'm getting at, or have any health problems or anything like that. Yeah, thank you, Debbie. I guess thank you. I need help with that. Children are not disposable regardless of mental faculties or housing faculties or drugs or any circumstances. Right. It's never okay under any circumstances, period. Never. I don't ever see it's not okay. It's not okay. And her mother, 29-year-old Miya Tucker, was arrested and charged with possession of controlled substances, possession of drug paraphernalia, and abandonment of a minor. Now, so she probably abandoned one of her other children, and that may be why Yeah. So why did if that's right? Because I know here you can't. They won't. They'll come. You call DCF. That's one thing they will absolutely take your kid for. Bingo, gone. Boom. Any other drug, I don't know why. It's not. It could be just as dangerous. This right here will get your baby took quick, fast, and hurry. But look, why did they not take it from the hospital? It should have been gone, especially if it tested at the hospital. Period. I don't understand that, man. I don't understand. This is where these babies are slipping through the crack. No, they're not supposed to. They're not supposed to at all. And this is where they should be held accountable as well, I think. That's just my opinion. It's the parents' responsibility, yes. But when you know something's going on, it's almost like see something, say something, and then you hand it and say, here, go home with these druggies, this, bye. You're wrapping it up in a pretty little bow and letting it go. And then now look what we have on our hands. Where's this baby? Exactly. Exactly. And probably having a beautiful life somewhere. Exactly. But her mother was charged with all that. And I don't know if that's Gage or Cage, but either way, it looks like I think it's Cage. Rudd, I don't know if that's a misprint. Either way, I'm not going to apologize for it. I don't care about the sick son of a bitch. He's 30 years old and he's Maya's father. He was also arrested on the very same charges. And he has additional charges that was filed after that, including child abuse, drug trafficking, and engaging in organized crime. So I don't give a damn if his name is Sunshine Peanut Butter. I could care less what his name is. They all should be locked up, if you ask me. They should have never been out of jail to begin with. Frankly, that's just my opinion. They were lodged in the Daviess County Detention Center in Owensboro, Kentucky. My question is this again, if they already had child abuse charges on them, why on God's green earth, after taking the other children, did they not go to the hospital and take this baby? And now this David that's in my chat, thank you, David, is telling me that in the baby's umbilical cord tested positive for meth, that they did not take the baby, that they sent it home, allegedly. I would have took that baby and asked questions later. And again, I don't usually go for that, but these people had child abuse charges. These people that they were going home with had drug charges, and they had trafficking charges and engaging in organized crime charges. This couldn't be good for this baby to be going home with these people. Oh, but you have a little weed or something, they gonna lock your ass up, send you to prison, and throw away the key. What the hell? Something needs to be changed. Somewhere, something is screwed up. I don't know. Again, I don't know. But I know this sweet, innocent baby is gone. She's vanished and maybe no longer alive. Maybe sold, traded. Hopefully, it's an underground adoption, if that's even proper, what you call it. I don't know. I don't even know if you call it, wouldn't be adoption. Maybe gave it to somebody that couldn't have a kid, that would give it a wonderful life. But that should have been done at the hospital legally. What kind of life is this? probably trafficking, traded their kid for drugs. Everything always boils down to drugs, but nobody's going to change. And I'm not downing people that do drugs. It's an addiction. Again, that's the system not helping the people. Medical also not paying attention to the people that need help for that, or listening to the family members that say these people need help. Kudos to everybody that's finally woke up and saw that they needed help for that and stayed sober or clean. Kudos to you. But when is this going to stop? Maya's grandfather, the grandfather, 54-year-old Ricky Smith, he was also arrested on child abuse charges, abandonment of a minor, and drug and gun charges. What is going on in this family? So, can't go home to the grandparents. Pawpaw's got a pew-pew. Pawpaw's got drug charges. And Pawpaw is a child abuser. That's what the cop said, not Smiley. According to that, that is facts. These are the facts you need to be putting out. Real facts about real babies that are now missing because of real facts like these. Billy Smith, Maya's 49-year-old grandmother. She was arrested Sunday over domestic violence charges stemming from an incident last year. Domestic violence. So she's a violent person. According to the police, they discovered Billy Smith had an outstanding warrant as they were conducting their investigation into Maya's whereabouts. So she probably wouldn't have been fit around them kids. Hey, Susie. Me too. Me too. And somebody needs to break the cycle. Not that I know of, Rhonda. Not that I know of. I'm not sure. They possibly could. This was earlier today, or I'm fixing to play one from earlier today. Well, actually, you can call it a conference if you want. I'm going to play it from earlier today. It was 7 or 8 hours ago. I watched a little bit of it. I didn't get to watch all of it, and that's the one I'm going to play. So I'm not sure. Again, I haven't been doing this case. I've been keeping up with it here and there. It's too painful when it's a little baby like this. I'm putting my thoughts down. I thought I'm going to do it, especially in light of everybody in the family getting arrested and everybody fell in this baby. And where the heck is she? They had way too much expensive product and was hiding out here in Owensboro at a hotel for a reason. Yeah. Did you know them or ever come across them? I mean, I don't know you or anything like that. I'm just saying, did you ever come across them? Did you know them? Anything like that? Did you, can you give me, I mean, you're doing good. Give us the inside scoop, David. I guess is what I'm saying. You don't even have to say if you knew them or not. Just give us the inside scoop, anything that you know, what anybody's saying or going on about up there. Where do they think the baby's at? Do they, I mean, I don't know, man. This is just weird. Yeah, baby cases break my heart. My heart too. it's hard. I try to stay away from some of these things. And if I just feel like, well, I'm going to talk about it, but I may not continue with it. I don't like doing any kids' cases, to be honest with you. I thought after Summer Wells, I would never do another one. And then I did Sebastian's, and then it got crazy. And I'm like, I'm just going to do it. And if it's something important, because I don't, all the drama one, but I don't like doing kids' case. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. David said, no, a close friend lives down from them in Ohio County, and I'm in Owensboro, but they are well known. Yeah. See, that's the sad part. That's the sad part. They are taking equipment to Highway 54 by the hotel. All I know right now is a new update is that doesn't sound good. No, it don't. It does not. It does not. Thank you for that. It does not. They say a fifth individual has also been arrested, though his precise connection to the investigation remains unclear. Timothy L. Roach, 37, was arrested on drug charges alongside Billy Smith after police witnessed him throwing unprescribed Suboxone under his vehicle. Again, drugs. Drugs. Where's the baby? Again, Miya is reported to have brown hair and green eyes. She was last suspected to be in the care of her parents. Kentucky Police, or Kentucky, I guess, Highway Patrol continues to urge anyone with information that could assist to contact them. Contact them at the 270-826, I apologize, 826-3312. Now, let's look at this. No, I don't have that up here. We're going to play this video here. I think we're just going to listen to it. It's this one was from today, and this is the full Kentucky police search of Miya. I liked what he said in the beginning, so I just wanted to. Okay, yeah. Let's just listen to what he said.
O-R-E-Y, King, K-I-N-G. So Mike checks.
Hold on. It's WHAS 11. I don't even know if I have any mods in here right now, but if you do, this is just a disclaimer for to talk about, educate, thoughts, opinions, all that YouTube stuff. I don't know, but it's important that we hear this and hear what he has to say. And this is full credit to WHAS 11 in Kentucky. That's who this video belongs to.
Okay. So this is truly a case on how illicit street drugs can and will destroy lives and cause the erosion of our community. I think it's fair to say that in order for us to describe what we are doing and conducting today, we need to backtrack a little bit into how this all began. So this particular family that we are investigating, this goes back some years ago, actually. If you're looking through the records with the Department-based services, they had previously removed 3 older children, the siblings to Miya. They removed all 3 based on the conditions of the house. No surprise that drugs is in the forefront of the removal. Those children are safe. They're at a location with family.
Thank God.
And they're, to my knowledge, doing well. So Miya was born in October of last year, and social services, shortly after the birth, was looking to, as well, remove this child. They had no contact with the child or the family, and a family member around the end of April or so noticed they have not seen this, at the time, 6-month-old child. Several months later, our agency was notified by a family member of this, of the Rudd family, and reported that they had not seen this now 8-month-old child since the end of April, 1st of May.
That's what I don't get. How do you not report for a month?
Services. We did locate both parents at Motel 6 on Gates Drive in Owensboro.
Motel 6. Thank you, David.
When we located the two parents, no child was discovered. However, a multitude of really heavy street drugs, including fentanyl or possible fentanyl, hasn't quite been tested yet, and suspected crystal methamphetamine was located at the hotel. No child was discovered. That led us to the residence you see behind me, where another search warrant was conducted and more illicit street drugs were discovered in this residence. No child was discovered. So that investigation prompted, at this point, the missing persons. The parents have not been cooperative in this investigation as to...
The parents have not been cooperative. That is not good. Why have they not been cooperative? Also, why would they want to be in jail if their baby is missing? That's not good. These are red flags, huge red flags. Also, something else I noticed, the drugs. Could the baby have accidentally got a hold of the drugs, the fentanyl? Think about that. I mean, police sometimes have to wear drugs and stuff because you could touch that and pass away. So could the baby, but obviously they don't seem like they care. They're trying to cover their own ass. But could it have been, I don't even want to say an accident, but but could it have been something like that? And yes, it could have. But why? I mean, oh my God, I don't even know right now.
To the whereabouts of their child.
So they're not cooperating.
We launched, and what led us to this point, further search warrants, which led into more arrests, all related to drugs, not the child. So today we're utilizing cadaver dogs at this location where we stand. This is 41 Hardin Lane. It's a church, and by looking at the maps, you will see a cemetery in behind this church. The cemetery, as well as the heavy wooded area with some ditches. There's a variety of debris that we are seeing in these ditches. These cadaver dogs will be looking in that debris, as well as looking for any type of signs of disturbed earth. And particularly with these canines, they are really good at detecting.
Yeah, they said in the
which is emitted from decaying flesh.
Umbilical cord.
Those
Kendra
dogs will assist us in that. Hopefully,
Belva. Sorry.
We're very hopeful and optimistic that we would find her alive. Maybe perhaps a family member has her. But the longer this goes on, the more grim it seems. If this child is buried or deceased on this property, this team
and they let her go home
should be able to source where this child is at, and that's when we can do a recovery at that point. If this does not, if this fails and we do not find Miya here, later this week we're bringing in some specialized equipment from the medical examiner's office, and we're going to do a very thorough search utilizing this technology, as well as a team of canines to go further to where at this point where we believe she very well could be.
I know obviously there's the grandparents and the parents that are involved, but in terms of that you've conducted interviews and certain things like that, maybe even found some evidence in terms of what's kind of going on. Can you just, because I was in the courtroom yesterday with 3 of them, and there was no remorse on their face, if I'm being quite honest, in terms of, the drugs that you were talking.
The lady reporter said she was in the courtroom with them yesterday, and there was no remorse on none of their faces. That's the mom, the dad, the grandma, the grandpa. Nobody has any remorse. I'm just sickened over this. I mean, what? Yes, pure evil. So why no remorse? Is it because the drug? I just want to know. I want to know. Is it because the drugs are still in their system and they're still doped up? Is it because they're not? To me, they're not all in shock. They know what's happened to this baby. Is it they're just so I don't understand people. Look, I've been around people in the worst parts of town on drugs that would not stoop this low to doing anything to children, and they had emotions. I don't know what they're putting in drugs these days. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what is going on with people. Again, there's no regard for nothing, and it's okay with everybody. Well, it's not okay with people like me. These are evil monsters. And I would like to know what we can do about it. These babies do not deserve this. These children don't. People don't.
Talking about, have you ever seen anything like this while you've been on the force in terms of a child going missing? 3 were all, already were in child services or with family. Can you kind of tell me a bit about that too?
Well, that's a good question, and I think yes, I have. I think really this goes to the power of addiction. It's no surprise that we're talking about methamphetamine, fentanyls, cocaine, heroin, all these heavy drugs. The underlying component to addiction a lot of times is selfishness. And when you are overtaken by a powerful addiction such as this, that is your priority. And you see that right now. And that is scary. Hence the reason why we have social services doing their job in removing some of these children. I would argue that anyone who is so addicted to such a powerful drug like this, if you as a parent would rather reach for a Tudor pipe and not a pacifier bottle or play with your children, you probably don't need to bringing children into this world. It's sad. That's the reality. And we do see this. It seems to us, at least through the investigative sense, that none of the participants involved in this are helpful at all to this missing 8-month-old, which as an investigator, that would tell you they know the answer perhaps. And that's what we're trying to find. Sadly, the spirit of our investigators today, we have been very hopeful and optimistic, but the longer this goes on, the more grim the outcome is likely.
Sarah.
And I think with the power
and
of
it's not your fault.
And methamphetamine, that really says a lot about what this does to our community as well as the families. I'm hopeful. No, go ahead, sir.
I was going to ask what was the engaging audience charges about?
The amount of trafficking, we did learn that through the second component of the search. So that will be the residents in behind me. The amount of drugs, and that was methamphetamine, marijuana, I believe some of the fentanyls that we found, that all comes into the engaging in organized crime because there is a cell component to this. And going back to your question with the amount of drugs that we're talking about and how this plays a role in family life, every aspect of interviewing and investigating, merely looking for the safety of this child, has netted an arrest, a drug arrest, that really all we're trying to do is get the answers to where the whereabouts of this child. But sadly, everybody in this that's involved in this, when we go to talk to them, we find drugs and they go to jail. And that's where we stand. And, I think really hopefully we
thank
will
you,
find the
Sugar
answers really
Plum.
soon. But we're
Welcome,
not really
welcome.
getting a whole lot of information from where the source
Beautiful.
really needs to come from. And that's where we're relying on technology. We're relying on forensic interviews through non-family members, as well as what tangible evidence we have recovered so far. And that's what led us to this location and utilizing the cadaver dogs to see if some of these tips are true and what tangible evidence is pointing us in what direction we have. We have been getting a whole lot of tips, which is really necessary in a case like this. You'll notice that I've really put out a whole lot of updates, news releases, which may not seem like a lot to the casual reader. However, it is keeping the forefront like it should be, because someone knows, someone has information on the whereabouts of this child, or at least knows what has happened to this child. That's what we need to know. And that's the only way that we as investigators, the community at large, and the family can get closure.
Thank you.
So were there tips that led you to search
I am
this
so
area?
sorry. It's
There
not
was
your fault,
enough
though.
information through
Trust and
forensic
believe
interviewing,
that.
as well as what tangible evidence we have recovered from the scene.
And you can do
that suggests
everything
we
you
need to
can,
concentrate and focus right here in this area.
but they're
That
not
doesn't
going to
mean
stop
that we
until
will
they
get
get
the
ready.
result that we want or need, but it does mark another tip, another theory off what we believe is the right area.
You mentioned later this week another possible search. Is that here in the same area or a different place?
That's our plan. It's going to be nearby this location. We have no information suggesting that it broadens out well beyond the area of this community.
Do you know how many tips y'all have gotten in so far?
I do not know the amount. I do know it's quite substantial, which again, kudos to all those who have taken time out of their day to let us know.
I agree. Anybody that has a tip, please call it in. Listen, this baby deserves to be found either way. And if somebody has this baby, at least God let them know, even anonymous, that this baby's alive, and let them know what is going on, please. You got banned, Green Eyes? Justin the Sicky Gang. I got banned. I'm almost finished with this. Millie just texted me. I was shocked, but I'm gonna go look in a minute. Thank you for telling me. Wow. Princess, he's been in with the Summer Wells case from day one. So yeah, it's okay. He's cool. It's cool. All right, I got just a few more minutes of this. Let's
What they
go.
have seen. Some of the tips, quickly we can debunk, and some we really have to follow up. Largely, some of these arrests that we have made were based on tips that led us to certain areas, and that's where we'll find people trafficking Suboxone, methamphetamine, possible fentanyls. Either way, that does net arrests, but at the end of the day, we still don't have our hands on this 8-month-old baby.
Is this the first time y'all brought cadaver dogs here today?
No, this is not. This is actually the second time we have brought in a team. We
So,
actually
2
had
times.
multiple teams of cadaver dogs. They searched the property in behind me. That was enough to say, yes, it's worth going to neighboring areas based on the handlers' reactions to what the dogs were indicating to them. So that's where it led us to this area, where we have one team of cadaver dogs working it off to my right, and they're working the cemetery as well as the neighboring woods. So they're working today in that area. Hopefully,
Oh, thank
the
you so
handlers will be
much.
able to
Thank
get some
you.
information, a better read
I
off that.
appreciate you watching.
If it was best described to me from a canine handler how these dogs operate. The best analogy that was explained to me is that you can pop popcorn in your kitchen, remove the whole bag of popcorn and microwave, take it out of the house. You know, when you walk into that house, you smell popcorn. It's there, but you don't know exactly where it's popped. With these canines' capability, they can come in and tell you exactly based on the strength of that smell where that's at. Now, these canines, that's what they will be utilizing is essentially just that. They will come, they will smell those gases from
if David
any
is
type of possible
if David
decay.
is still here, I wonder, there's only just a few more minutes of this, I promise. I wonder what led them to the church and the cemetery. Does anybody Does anybody in here that's done this case know what led them to the church with the cemetery over there about this baby? Like, why are they doing the search there? What put them there? It just hit me. And they may have said, and it might have went over my head because I was reading, but hey, Nice Marie, it just hit me like, why would they take the cadaver dogs there? Is that just something, I wonder? I mean, like, is that the only little cemetery there around close to where they were staying? Or, I don't know. It was something I just thought about.
The cadaverine and several other type of gases that are emitted. We can smell it in the air, perhaps. We don't hear, for the record, but if we were to smell it in the air, we may not be able to tell exactly where it's coming from, but these canines will. They will take you to the strong source, and that's what we need. So based on the day, that's why during this time of day, based on thermals, daytime or morning through day, you have upward thermals. Evening times, you have downward thermals. That plays a role in how these canines will operate, and this will give us a sense.
I don't know, Deb. See, I was wondering that.
Is in the air. It will take us at least.
I think it has to be fresh, like pretty fresh.
Do you know why she was still in the home if the other children had been removed?
It was my understanding that this child, after birth, the umbilical cord tested positive for methamphetamine. That was the reason for the removal.
meth.
The parents, as well as the child, they removed. The parents left. Were basically moving around, keeping from being captured. This went on for some time. I'm not sure exactly when the tests come back on the positive umbilical cord, but obviously it was shortly after the birth. And at that point, social services was not able to make contact with the family. They were unable to find them. My guess is perhaps the rest of the family was not overly helpful to locating the family as well as the child. That's when our agency come involved, was when it was actually reported to us through a family member. And at that point, that was around the end, I think it was May 30th, perhaps, when our agency got involved. We did quickly locate the family at a motel. And that's where, as mentioned earlier, we found the amount of drugs. The arrests are occurring based on these investigations, but it's all drug related. Has, at this point, nothing essentially with the missing child.
Because from what Tesla had said as well, was that Miya was technically in the custody of Billy. I'm guessing it's her mother. So in terms, I guess they were all moving around, but also Billy technically did have custody. Is that correct? Or
yeah, they should have took it.
I don't have that source with me. It was my understanding, perhaps it's the other grandmother. It's a family member, but I don't think it was Billy Smith that has or had custody of these children. But I'm not 100% with that. I think social services should have that. Maybe perhaps our lead investigator will have that, but I don't have the answer.
So it's possible the grandfather had the actual custody.
To a safe location. And that was the intent with this baby, is to go with the siblings to those safer location. And
well, that intent didn't work out too good. Somebody was a little slow getting to that hospital, in my opinion.
I'm not sure of the reason for the child abuse, if it was based on the testing positive of meth. It very well could be. That's a good question too. But I think also the conditions that this baby was living in, it would be very, very easy with how unsanitary this condition is. Not only with the amount of debris in the house, but also you got to keep in mind fentanyl, which is very transdermal, can absorb in the skin by touch. And by having it out on the open tables, it wouldn't take much for an infant to touch something, absorb into the skin, and unfortunately die. So we're talking fentanyls, depending on what fentanyls it is. My guess, it is not acrofentanyl or carfentanyl. It is somewhere around 100 times more potent than morphine alone. So it will not take much at all to absorb into a baby's skin and result in its death. Not saying that's what happened, but the conditions alone would warrant a child abuse charge.
And see, what if they were cooking and they had that, like you hear it gets in the walls and blah, blah, blah. What if they were doing that in the motel? The baby was crawling around, got into the fentanyl, touched it, had a combination of both all. This is not good, y'all. This is not good. Man, and this baby, I mean, you seen the, where's it at? No, that's something else. This baby, I mean, it's little right here because I don't have it back up. But that baby, that is a beautiful baby. What in the world? What is this world coming to? I don't know, man. If you have any information, please call it in. If you know anything, it is heartbreaking. It's very heartbreaking. I don't know. I don't know what's going to come of this world or anything. Our kids are our future. This is one I want to just watch and see. I don't know how much, to be honest. I will report on it, but I will report different things, and I will try to keep up with it the best I can. I want to know where this baby's at, and I hope they find this baby soon. And I hope these parents, I don't know, I just hope justice is done, man. And the grandparents. I hope nobody cuts deals and walks free. That's for sure. I hope nobody's allowed, because they were already allowed to hurt other children, obviously. Don't let them cut deals don't let them cut deals. They were poor. Let's see. They were poor, no money, trashy place in Ohio County. How did they get the money for all of that expensive drugs? Because they were trafficking drugs and they sold them, and they probably, the mom and the grandma was what, 49? I don't know. Maybe they were doing other things too. It's a sad, sick world out there. Sad, sick world out there. And of course, we'll never be privy to CPS records. He even said he don't know what the abuse charges was. I don't know if they had little girls, little boys. These days, it don't matter. What were they trafficking the kids? I truly don't know, David. I truly don't know. It's a sad world to even, sometimes you got to think like a criminal, but it's a sad, I can't even, I try to sometimes, but it's hard to get in a sick situation's person's mind like that. I just don't know. Right, Green Eyes. Exactly. Has Law said that, Green Eyes? Has Law said that? Oh my God. I did see where supposedly, allegedly, Chris was taking somebody, I don't know if it was him, for real, him or not, was taking a person's photo, like a sub's. It wasn't his sub because he don't have a place, and calling them names and stuff. I'm like, what in the world is going on? I don't know. It's getting crazy. But listen, y'all, if y'all do hear anything about this, turn it in. We got Raquel Church, and she's out of Kentucky again. I'll talk about that a little bit later. We still got Sebastian Rogers, Summer Wells. Both of those you can call TBI, 1-800-TBI-FINE. Lori Page, she's still missing out of Tallahassee. Kids don't just vanish without a trace. They don't. But these kids are. Speak up, folks. Speak up. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you in a bit. Love you all. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Stay safe. Bye.